Hey everyone, it's Jenny Garcia and this is my December Daily 2020 flip through. Finally, it is done. It's super chunky. So chunky I can't even grab it the right side. It took so long. This is my cover. I do have a process video for this, and most of the pages inside I did not film the last few days because it does take more time to do it and then edit and then upload and do all that. So I just wanted to be done with the album. I'm gonna be mentioning the products I use. If I forget one, just ask me and let you know. This is an album from Studio Calico. It's the color block album, and it was a book for recipes, and I got one for 2020 and 2019, and I really liked it, and I was hoping to get one this year too. It has a wide spine, which is really nice, but I wasn't able to get one, and it sucks. I got Simple Stories one, which I will show later for this year. In the cover, we have some items from In a Creative Bubble. I did made this pattern paper with a digital brush from, or a digital stamp from Feed Your Craft. This is just red vinyl, and these alphas are from Citrus Twist Kits. This is the inside of the inside cover. Oh my god, I cannot talk. I use all my energy to finish this and now I can't talk. This calendar is from Feed Your Craft from the kit last year. I love how simple it was, so I was able to add many stickers. Also from Feed Your Craft, this is from Citrus Twist Kits, some washi, and this is another paper that I made using the digital stamps, and also this is a digital stamp. This is from In a Creative Bubble, and I made this using Animal Crossing, and I do have a process video of exactly how I do it. If you have the game and you want like a family portrait, that's something cool that you could do. And this is my pre-December pages. The back here I didn't have anything to add, so I saw this online and decided that it would be cool to add it to the album. It says it's December, the time of the year we wear cozy clothes and stay in, like the other 11 months of 2020, but more festive. And this is a card from In a Creative Bubble that I turned into a paper, and you're gonna see it so many times in this album because I am obsessed with it. I love it. And this is a big photo of the Perler beads ornaments my daughter made for our Nintendo Christmas tree. And this is the only tree in my house that it's already done, and you can see it on my Instagram. And this year we made a few more, and we got other ornaments too. Here it's a closer look at the ornaments. Some of my favorites, a little tap here. I did some journaling. I think this paper is from L Studio, and this is another paper that I made with a digital brush. I actually use stamping in here, and I think they are both from Feed Your Craft. And oh, I'm not showing you the one on the top, but I'll move it. Made a really big Yeti from In a Creative Bubble digital stamps. Okay, and this is what I said I made with digital stamps. And I love that you can cut things in many sizes. And this is a few photos of the process. This is Raymond, which is a character from Animal Crossing, which is a Nintendo game, and that was the theme, as you can see. And I love this photo because they are working, these two are kind of working but my oldest one, she did so many items of the ones in the photos. She did great. Then we went to Target to pick new ornaments for that year. This is a paper from Feed Your Craft, but I also like to print them in bigger sizes. And that's what I love about the Feed Your Craft kits, that they also come with a digital version so you can keep printing. And I'm so sad that they're going out of business. That was one of my absolute favorite companies. I'm gonna miss them so much, especially for December Daily. And now I'm like, I haven't realized like what I'm gonna do for 2022, but we'll see when we get there. And more photos at Target. And these are also papers that I made, all of them with digital stamps. And these are the ornaments that we got from the tree that were from the store. We got some Minecraft, Mario, Yoshi, and Pikachu. And I just love the photos of them looking through Target to get new ornaments. This was the December 1st. We finally start here. Charlotte, very famous in my videos. That is the day where she arrives, and she came in her quarantine jar with her puppy and her little mask. And these papers are from Pretty Little Studio, from the collection Glitter and Ice, and I love these little word stickers. They're my favorite thing. They also come in white, and now there is a new collection called 'Tis the Season that has blue, and I'm loving it. And I also got the very small, the little word stickers. This is also from Pretty Little Studio. This is the Elf magazine. She was reading on day 2. It gets pretty boring in the jar. Oh, and I'm sharing my elf's journey into like finding a house on my Instagram if you want to see how that turns out. Since we had a Nintendo Christmas tree, I figured that we had to get the 8-bit star. We got it at Etsy, so I saved the card and I typed my journaling. And I think these are also from In a Creative Bubble, and these numbers, they are from Feed Your Craft. And this is a story of no particular date. It's about trees. My big one, which is the Harry Potter tree, like the lights didn't work, so we had to like get rid of that one and buy a new one. And that was when we decided to make the Nintendo tree our one big tree and just do only one, since we were in the process of moving, and you're gonna see a lot of boxes peeking behind in the photos. And these are trees that are from my family, my sisters, my other sister, and my mom. I always like documenting that. This is day 4 when we finally got our tree and we decorated the tree. And I got this idea of editing the photo like this from A Beautiful Mess. And this is a shaker pocket, and I have this tool which is from BB Craft, I believe, and this jar is from Snow and Cocoa. And this is also Snow and Cocoa. I got the digital collection and ended up not really using it. It's too pastel for my taste. I like it. It's a beautiful collection, but I just can't seem to get it to work. And this is another paper that I made, but this time I made red background and then used the digital elements to layer them on top. And here there are more details about the tree and more journaling. I had so many photos last year. I could have sworn that it was going to be a small, I thought it was going to be so small that I was going to get away with using a 3x8, a life crafted album, and I was so dumb. That was never going to happen. This is a banner that we got from Target, and I cut it out, and this year we got a different one. And since I like that, I decided to save the the packaging to add it to the album, and how we got there was journal about how we got different ornaments, you know, what things we did, how we've been working on it the whole year. Like from December 2019 they had the idea to do a Nintendo Christmas tree, and they started doing the Perler bead items. And this is edited, and the bokeh is added with the Color Story app. I believe so. Maybe no, I think I used another one because it's placed way too nicely, but I can't remember which one. I'll check the apps on my phone, and if I find it, then I'll add it to the description. On day 4, Charlotte fixed the island and made it very festive and added Christmas trees. So I took screenshots from the game, and you can text them to your phone, and that's how I get them printed. Oh, and this is from Feed Your Craft, like this, but I think this one is from 2019. I love how this turned out. So this paper is from Yay Day Paper, which is the other company from Amber Kim, I think is her last name, but she's the designer for Damask Love, and I love her stuff. And I took a stamp from the Feed Your Craft kit of 2020 to stamp, but it was a plain bag, and I stamped on it, and I'm so excited of how it came out. It looks so cool. And this is from a Creative Bubble, and I think this is too, and I used it to just record the best movie we watched and the worst. We all agree that A Christmas Prince, The Royal Wedding, it's the worst movie ever. It sucks. It's so bad. It's like a Hallmark movie, but if they weren't really trying at all. The acting is not good, and I just use scrap of papers to cover the back. It says the same technique with using digital elements and paper, and this is the digital stamp. I love how that came out. I also made it in blue, but I don't think I got to use it. And on day 6 they took photos with prompts, and here's Charlotte. I like this photo. They were a little grinchy last year, so they didn't take as many photos as they usually do. I also documented some lettering I did, which this is a quote from Noel that says, "It's not just about the presents we get, but the one we give. Love and understanding in an iPad." And I believe this is a very old one from Freckle Fawn. And all these little squares are from In a Creative Bubble. And here, documenting more journaling, and I love these little shaker pockets. I have a video where I made holiday shaker, the sequin mixes, so you can check that out if you need a little bit of inspiration. Since they were feeling grinchy, Charlotte colored their faces, and she was reading the book too. And here, instead of Charlotte playing, she told the girls to build a level using different things, like one character to take all of these, 11 snow pokies, 8 question blocks. And this is actually, I took a card from Figure Craft that it was in one of the kits, and I put it in Photoshop, and then I switched the color and I added the Marios and the things underneath the numbers and stuff like that. And they loved making it, and I made this little shaker pocket, and I'm really excited about how that came out. And this is from a chocolate they got in the You've Been Elf exchange, which I don't think we'll do this year, sadly, because we moved. So, oh, and this is this stuff they got, and they were opening it. Oh, I knew there was a flippy somewhere here. It's just some journaling about what they got. And on day 11th, that was, by the way, last year, all we did was play Animal Crossing. You know, we weren't really doing anything else. So that was really documented in my December daily and on Project Life too. So we went to Target again. And on the 11th, there was an update where you could see like snowman, and there was snow, and it was really, really cute. And this is my youngest, and this is my oldest. And that day was also Cookie-thon. I love how this looks, but it never stays where I want it to stay. Maybe I can add like a little adhesive dot or like a little bit of the Mono Multi-Liquid to keep it in place. Although I like how it moves too. I'm a complicated person. But this is a card. I think it's from In a Creative Bubble. And these are die cuts that I cut out. So I layer them with this twine and beads. I got this idea from Laura by Laura. And she did it in a card, and I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to do it here too. Our first cookies were not great. But we got eventually a little bit better. And I wanted to do this more because I have so many photos, and still my brain is like, no, let's print them all. It'll be fun. And these are my daughters, and these are mine. And I was so proud of that cookie. I don't know why, but it was very cute. And I love pictures of the girls in action. Little, right, I didn't take pictures of anything of the Advent except on day 2 and this one. However, I did kept the little instructions from the Lego one. This is from Happy Mail, my friend Patty sent my girls. Again, more shaker pockets. This envelope, I think it's from Freckle Fawn, and this is from Elle Studio. That was Letters to Santa Day, and I love these prompts. They are from, okay, here are the stamps that I'm currently, I actually didn't use these two, but these are from Everyday Explorers Co. And they don't have this one right now, but if they do, I would snag it. It's so awesome. It has so many cool prompts. It's my favorite stamp to use, and anything that you see that small was with that stamp set or one of the other prompt ones. I love cutting photos in circles, and here I use a clear from Pretty Little Studio. You can barely see it. And that's me with my snowman. This day she made donuts. Gourmet, very hipster, expensive donuts. And she has like frosting on her face. That's not very professional, but... And I love this photo. This was my mug for like the year. And the tree. And more bokeh. Because so much bokeh. I can't stop myself, apparently. Allie Edwards had last year her wrapping paper like in a semicircle like that, but it was like a shaker one. But I really like the semicircle idea, so I just added this and kept it simple. I just needed a 3x8 to put behind this one, so I picked this one again from In a Creative Bubble. And I love that because everyone's inside, but it was like everyone's inside, but it's not like sad we're stuck here. It's like we're here, we're comfy, we're home, we're merry. I absolutely loved it. And here, I love this so much. I don't think these are the original colors. No, the original is green. But that's something that I love to do with my cards. I switch the colors a lot. And I have a tutorial on how I do that on my channel. I will link it too. And a lot of journaling using my typewriter. Some stickers, always check the Target section for cards. And now for wrapping, because the other day I couldn't find the Nutcracker ones that are kind of pretty and popular. But I found them in the gift wrapping section, so. And these are alphas from Studio Calico, and these are from Citrus Twist Kits. And again, more prompts. And this is a little flippy pocket. And I had no idea what to say here, so I just put a filler card. And I just got my nieces and my niece and nephews some jammies, and I was so excited. I love baby jammies, and I will look for any dumb excuse to buy them. So that day, she had to wear like a holiday shirt, and she also joined in to do science night, and they made some snow using, was it shaving cream? I think it was shaving cream and something else. I honestly can't remember. I should check. Oh, it was baking soda and shaving cream. It will ruin your nails, but it looks really cool. So the next day she used that snow to make a snow angel. And it was a lot easier to clean, and it smelled really good. So if you want an alternative to flour or sugar or anything to do this kind of thing, I would recommend that fake snow. It smells awesome. And this is from the Citrus Twist Kids Merry and Bright kit. And sorry, this is from Pretty Little Studio. You can barely see the pattern on this. It's like really, really light blue. And I love these gold alphas. And this day, I love this day. This photo has to be one of my absolute favorites. Again, with that, my God, a beautiful mess trick. But I use the Designer app. Yes, it's called Designer app. This is, again, all from Citrus Twist Kits. A little, you see, I tried. And this is all I got. Only a few collages. Because we also have flippy pockets. It was a great day. And I'm glad to have all of these photos, even if I'm going to have to sit on the album later. This is one of my favorite photos in the whole album. My daughter woke up in a very excited, happy, jolly mood. And I was addressing some holiday cards in there. And I like that photo. It was totally staged for Instagram, but I did send them, and I, of course, let her the address. This is so cute. I kept that super simple because there was so much already going. A little collage. And I didn't know what to do here, so I just used this paper, which is from BC Sidewalks. I got it also from Citrus Twist Kits. It's these cards. It was, we got some stuff to give out for You've Been Elf, so this is what we got for both boys. We checked the naughty and nice list, and we all made it into the nice list, but I just took screenshots of my daughter. I guess that I could do like a little collage of that and put all of us, because I shared the link in the December Daily Anything Goes group for the naughty and nice list. I will share it in in the box too, in the description box. That day we went to see Santa to take some photos, and I put the whole thing here using a citrus twist strip. I need to get more because I used like 12 in this album, so I ran out. And instead of using the photo they gave us, the photo they gave you was kind of blah, so I just added again a lot of bokeh to this, and I was happier with this photo. And that day my daughter was doing a little, just she had to do only one thing in the computer that day, so she took it on the road, and Charlotte came too, and I used a citrus twist kit stamp to make this cork embellishment, one of my favorite things to do. More photos, and photos talking to Santa, them waiting, and on the line she met a dog and they made a connection. And here's a photo of the house that I live in now. It was still being built back then. I don't want to show it because kind of like, I don't know, weird. And again, another circle photo. This is just a simple cozy day where Charlotte's leg was being eaten by Boo, and my daughters were wearing these jammies. Actually, my oldest is wearing mine because I couldn't find one in her size, but she's tall enough now to steal my clothes. And a photo of my little one sleeping, and this is the card that I use for making that paper that I showed. You'll see it again later. And just photos of Charlotte. Not much journaling that day. That day we made holiday slime with just Stay Flow and glue. It's the easiest way. And a little sequin mix. And when I journal on, because I print my cards with the Canon matte photo paper, you can use the felt tip writing pens on this. I normally use the Tombow twin tone dual tip markers, but it would be ruined, so I use the ink Joy pens. Yes, from Paper Mate. But when it's something from Feed Your Craft or a different paper, I use these twin tones. And these are all from Studio Calico, but I keep using them all the time. I got many, which I'm happy about. I wish they had numbers though. This was a day where I thought it would be really cute if she was wearing, trying to put on makeup, and my daughter was like, this is an invitation to use it, yay! And she did join Charlotte's fun. And she also had some holiday drawings that I added. I loved it, especially the Grinch was so cute. On day 23, we had gingerbread houses, and they had like a little competition, and my family decided that Layla won. She had a very complicated horror story sort of, background story. They were both really cute. And this card is from L Studio, and I have to check if they have like a digital version of it because I might want to get it. These are from the Silhouette Design Store. These bumpy ones are from Doodle Bug. Yes, Doodle Bug. Just some little hearts, and then I added the candy because I can't leave stuff alone. And this is just Charlotte holding the houses, and the girls with Charlotte, I told them they could, get a hug from her. Here are more close-up photos of it. And this is finally day 24, and this is from Citrus Twist Kits, and these are all from Pretty Little Studio. There is stuff from Glitter and Ice, and from Christmas Cheer. These stars I love. They're from Christmas Cheer. And the words, and of course the little word stickers. And then I have a little, very small page. And here I have one of the shaker embellishments I made. I have a video on those. And on the back, since this one was made with packaging just to try it out and turned out really cute, I just added this on top to like hide the paper on the back. And this is her reading a book. And my oldest read a little bit of it too. It was a book that Charlotte got us because on the 24th she brings us jammies, but this time she also brought a book. These are the girls with the presents, and I use a lot of blue for the gift wrapping paper, which I still have a lot of that. It won't end. And also their jammies are really blue. And I didn't want to use any of the new stuff for this album yet. I was like, no, it will be my reward when I'm done with it. But I needed something blue, and I knew that this paper was absolutely perfect for it. So I printed this in 8.5 by 11 Canon matte photo paper. And I love how it turned out. Just added some vellum stars and these stickers, which are also from Feed Your Craft. Really simple, but it's one of my favorite layouts in the whole album. I like this one too. At the first, it didn't have the candy, and I was like, oh, it's too plain. But then I added the candy, and I was happy with it. I used the Monomulti liquid glue to glue the candy, but that dries tacky, so make sure that you don't add too much. Keep it at the center. This is from Doodlebug. This paper is from Yay Day Paper, Feed Your Craft stamp, more Doodlebug, and this is an old Freckle Fawn doily. A picture at night, once the gifts were in the tree. More bokeh, surprise. Oh, and also more bokeh, you know, so much. More bokeh. But this one is a more, this photo is a little bit out of focus and blurry, and I like this one too. This is like a divider for day 25, and I used that paper that I made, but I made a transparency with it, and I added one of the shaker embellishments with the number 25. And I love this little flip page. And I had no idea what to do here, and I love the paper so much that I just left it alone. These are 2 QR codes. They are from the whole month of December and December 25th, and I just added the 25 to make sure to point out that the second one, it's the one for this day. Just a little sticker of Santa. I wish I had like a million of these. They're so cute. It's from Feed Your Craft. This paper is also from Feed Your Craft, from I think 2019's kit. Now this is where it gets tricky. I had so many December 25th photos that I have like 2 flippies. The first one is this. I cut out the photos in little circles, and this is a Brad, and I put a Feed Your Craft sticker on it. This is from In a Creative Bubble. And these are the photos. Some stamping. I was making sure that I didn't cover anything important. Didn't cover the faces. And this is a cup that Tombo sent me. So that's the first kind of flippy thing. The second one has like a little twine bow. And this is from the Merry and Bright kit from Citrus Twist, and I just added this little gingerbread man to match the one in the paper. Now this time I printed this paper in vellum. I told you I love the paper. These aren't backed. They're very simple. Just a little bit of stamping in a few, and on the back I have this photo. And I made this pocket in this paper. The paper is from Figure Craft, from one of the kit. I believe is the 2020 kit. Don't quote me on it because I honestly don't remember. And the clear overlay is from Perler Studio from the Holly Jolly collection. It's an old one. They have lots of them. And this is from the Silhouette Studio the design store. And I just added pearls because I was like, you know what? I don't think this is bulky enough. Let's keep adding to it. Why not? Okay. Kind of tricky to get in there. Wait, I think. Because I don't want the bow to be flat in a weird way. And these are more December 25th photos. Kept them really simple because I already had so many. I just stamped in this one from Figure Craft and added a little sticker. This is from a freebie I found a long time ago, and this sticker is from Figure Craft, just like the numbers. And more photos from Figure Craft. My little one didn't want to be in this photo, so she took it, and it was a great photo. We don't have that many family photos. And then I asked her to take a selfie with me. She said yes, which is a miracle. And here at the end, we have the advent calendar. I made these envelopes with the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. I have a tutorial, it's super easy. And this is where I kept the advent calendar instructions for the Lego items. I just kept them all. So I didn't take a picture, but at least I have these. This was in the 24th, but I moved it. I didn't know if I was going to keep it. It's kind of bulky, and this is bulky too. This is a little tag for that I made with the Starbucks cup, and I cut a lot of those hearts in all sizes, and I didn't get to use them, which sucks, but lesson learned. And here are all the cards that we got, gift cards and stuff like that. Oh, I had a version of this too that was smaller, and I don't know if I should take this out because it's so bulky. It's incredibly bulky, but at the same time I don't want to, because what am I gonna do with them? I don't know, and I don't want to like leave any stuff out. It would just have to be chunky. It is what it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and stay tuned, because I just finished with this one and now I'm gonna start December 2021. So wish me luck with that. It was a long one. Thank you if you watched the whole thing. And if you have any questions about the album or any products, leave me a comment below. Bye!